People wear faces like costumes, stitched smiles, and polite voices, shaking your hand while hiding the knife behind their back. You think you know them, friends, family, the ones closest, the ones who pretend to care. But masks crack under pressure, and when they do, what's underneath is not always human. It's hunger. It's envy. It's a shadow that feeds off your light, waiting for the right moment to strike. When truth starts peeling the mask, you see it. The demon wrapped in skin, the parasite disguised as love. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The danger was never out there in the dark. It was always smiling right beside you. Masks fall when truth enters the room. That's the uncomfortable reality people don't want to admit. Everyone is an actor, playing a role, adjusting their voice, twisting their words, building a version of themselves they think the world will accept. A friend, a partner, a neighbor. Even the ones who sit across the table laughing with you. Do you really think that's their true face? No. It's the version they want you to believe. It's the mask. But the mask only holds when the stage lights are low, when no one's paying attention, when the truth hasn't stepped inside. The moment truth walks in, the cracks show. The glue begins to slip. The carefully painted smile starts to twitch. And then, there it is. The real thing. Ugly, raw, hungry. You see, people build masks, not because they're proud of what's underneath, but because they're terrified of it being exposed. They want you to think they're kind, trustworthy, supportive. But when truth cuts through, you see they were never giving without wanting something back. They were never kind without an agenda. Their hands always wanted something while pretending to help. Truth is like a spotlight. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't soften the edges. It just burns away the shadows. And the shadows scream when the light touches them. That's why they fear it so much. Watch carefully. The moment truth approaches, behavior changes. The smile grows stiff. The eyes dart, the words stumble. They'll try to protect the mask, to patch it, to glue it together before it slips completely. But the thing about truth is, it doesn't need time. It doesn't wait. It rips the mask straight off, and the air gets heavy. Suddenly, the person standing in front of you isn't the one you thought you knew. And that realization cuts deeper than any knife, because it tells you this: you weren't betrayed in that moment. You were betrayed the whole time. You just didn't see it. And oh, how people hate being seen. They live for their masks. They feed them, polish them, perform with them every single day. The mask becomes more important than their own skin. But truth doesn't care about your performance. It doesn't clap at the end of your act. It tears the curtain down. It shows the audience that the smile was painted, that the laughter was rehearsed, that the love was scripted. And once that mask is gone, there's no putting it back. The thing is, masks fall most violently when they're forced. You've seen it before. The person who seemed perfect until money was on the table, or loyalty was tested, or power dangled in front of them. That's when the mask slips. Because truth has a way of cornering people. It presents them with choices that rip away their ability to keep pretending. And when they choose, the demon underneath snarls. They reveal what they really are: jealous, bitter, hungry for control, desperate for validation. And the face you thought you knew is shattered into pieces you can't put together again. But don't think of masks as harmless. They're dangerous, because while you're busy believing the performance, while you're clapping for their act, they're feeding off your trust. They're draining you. They're planning their strike. The mask is a shield, and it's meant to get close enough to wound you without you realizing the danger. That's why truth is your only weapon. The moment you let it in, the mask disintegrates. And sure, it hurts. It always hurts to see what was hiding. But that pain saves you. That pain tells you who the enemy really was. People fear truth, not because it's heavy, but because it's sharp. It doesn't just reveal, it cuts. It carves away the lies they've been selling. And once the carving is done, there's no costume left to wear. They're naked, exposed. And nothing terrifies a human demon more than being seen for what they really are, because their power depends entirely on the mask. Without it, they're nothing but shadows scrambling for a place to hide. And once you see that, once you realize masks fall the second truth enters, you'll never look at a smile the same way again. Not every smile is born from love. People don't like to admit that, because it's easier to believe in sweetness, in kindness, in the idea that a smile means safety. But smiles are currency, and some are counterfeit. A smile can be a weapon sharper than a blade, a lure more dangerous than any trap. People flash it to disarm you, to pull down your walls, to make you believe they're harmless. But deep down, you know the truth. A smile doesn't always come from the heart. It can come from hunger, from envy, from the need to keep you blind while they take what they want. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone smile at you, only to find out later they were the very ones who spoke poison behind your back? How many times did that grin hide the fact they were calculating, waiting, sharpening their claws while pretending to be gentle? That's the trick of it. A smile makes you trust. It softens your guard, and the moment you relax, that's when they strike. You think they're showing you warmth, but really, they're showing you bait. Smiles are costumes, masks painted across the face so no one sees what's underneath. But you can tell the difference if you watch closely. Real smiles touch the eyes. They light something deeper. The fake ones, they're stretched too thin. They don't last long. They tremble when truth brushes against them. But people ignore those signs because it's more comfortable to believe in the illusion. No one wants to believe that the one standing across from them, grinning, is silently plotting. So you convince yourself it's real. You choose the lie because the lie feels safer than the truth. But that's where the danger lies. When you mistake a smile for love, you let the wolf into your home. You feed it. You welcome it. You let it close. And wolves don't show their teeth until they're about to bite. The smile is their way of hiding the hunger until it's too late. That's why betrayal stings so much, not because they hurt you, but because they smiled while they were doing it. That smile burns in your memory, mocking you, reminding you that you believed something that was never there. And then comes the revelation. Some people smile not because they care, but because they enjoy the game. They like watching you fall for it. They like seeing you blinded by their charm, believing in something pure while they keep their intentions rotten. For them, the smile is a tool, a mask, a weapon. And once you know that, you can't look at people the same way. Every grin, every chuckle, every friendly gesture, you start to wonder what's behind it. Is it warmth? Or is it the quiet smirk of someone who's already decided how to use you? The most dangerous thing about a smile is how easily it travels. Anyone can wear it. The cruelest can wear it. The coldest can wear it. And they don't even have to mean it. That's the part most people miss. A smile doesn't have to be genuine to work. It just has to look good enough to fool you. And people fall for it every day because we're trained to trust it. From childhood, we're taught that a smile means kindness, that it signals safety. But in reality, it only signals intention, and intentions can be dark. If you really want to see the truth, watch what happens after the smile fades. Does the warmth remain? Do their actions match the curve of their lips? Or does the cold slip through the cracks once the performance ends? Because that's the tell. That's when the mask loosens, when the demon hiding beneath can't hold the act anymore. It's in the silence between words, in the stillness after the grin fades, where you see what was real. A smile is the easiest disguise in the world. It takes no effort, no honesty, no love to wear it. And yet it convinces people more than any speech, any promise, any action. That's why it's dangerous. That's why not every smile is born from love. Some are born from lies, from games, from the thrill of hiding sharp teeth behind soft lips. And once you've been bitten by one of those smiles, you'll never forget how cold it felt. Betrayal hides closest to the heart. Not out there in the world, not from the strangers who pass you on the street. No. Betrayal doesn't come dressed in obvious danger. It doesn't scream or warn. It whispers. It smiles. It sits at your table and drinks from your cup. The ones who hold the power to break you are always the ones you let closest. The blade that cuts deepest isn't swung by an enemy. It's slipped into your back by someone you once trusted with everything. That's the cruelty of it. You build walls against the outside world. You guard yourself against the obvious threats, and you think you're safe. But while you're looking out for wolves, you let the snake coil up in your bed. The ones closest to the heart learn your weaknesses. They hear your secrets. They know your fears. They've watched you bleed. And with that knowledge comes the ability to destroy you in ways no enemy ever could. Because betrayal isn't just about what's taken from you. It's about how it makes you question everything you ever believed. Think about it. When a stranger lies to you, it stings for a moment, but you move on. When a stranger harms you, you heal. But when it's someone you loved, someone you trusted, someone you thought was incapable of hurting you, that wound never closes. Because it's not just pain, it's confusion. It's the realization that what you thought was safe wasn't. That the heart you opened was used against you. that the hand you reached for was only steady until it found the perfect moment to let you fall. And the worst part, they don't always look guilty. They don't always hide. Sometimes betrayal wears a calm face, as if nothing happened. Sometimes it wears justification, convincing itself you deserved it. And sometimes it wears pride, enjoying the fact that you never saw it coming. That's the bitter truth. Betrayal isn't always an accident. It can be a choice, a decision made by someone who looked at your love, your trust, your loyalty, and decided it was worth using, but that the knife doesn't always go in fast. Sometimes betrayal comes slow, a drip of poison, little lies, little cracks, until one day you realize the foundation has rotted. It creeps in silence, invisible until it's everywhere. That's why it feels so impossible to stop. You're blinded by closeness, by affection, by history. You give them chance after chance because you can't imagine the ones you love most could ever be the ones destroying you. And by the time you finally see it, the damage is already done. There's a reason betrayal feels like death, because it kills more than trust. It kills the part of you that believed. It leaves you questioning every memory, every word, every smile. Was it ever real? Or was it always an act? That's the cruel gift betrayal leaves behind doubt. Doubt in them, doubt in yourself, doubt in love itself. You replay every moment, searching for signs you missed, wondering how you could have been so blind. And in that spiral, you realize betrayal is not just an attack on your trust. It's an attack on your reality. And yet, betrayal couldn't exist without closeness. A stranger can't betray you because you never gave them anything to betray. Only the ones inside your circle, inside your heart, hold the keys to that kind of destruction. It's the price of letting someone in. You don't see the knife until it's already between your ribs, because you never thought they would carry one. You thought they were different. You thought love made you safe. But love is the perfect camouflage for betrayal. Sometimes betrayal teaches you more about people than loyalty ever could. Loyalty is easy to see. It shines, it comforts, it builds. But betrayal rips the mask